Good afternoon. It's the Monday, the 30th of May, and remembering today, especially the the Americans who paid the ultimate sacrifice in service to our nation. Solemn day, always a solemn day. I am here at Penmar Park. Let me just swing around here because this is really quite a fabulous view. Almost on the state line of Maryland and, sorry, I don't think it's a state park. I think it's like a community park or a county park, something like that. Almost on the state line, however, with between Maryland and Pennsylvania. And it's a beautiful place. This is, I think, the 5th time I have been here on various hikes on the AT. And I always, when I come up here, I always think of the first time I was here because my memory of this place got kludged together with that of another park. And I thought this park was much, much larger. In my memory, after the first time of having been here, I recalled it being much, much larger. But it pretty much just extends up there with some pavilions, you know, picnics. Wonderful place to spend a day like today, summer's day. Come out here and enjoy the view. But I got confused with this other park about 50 miles further south here, which actually is much larger and has sort of expansive lawns and things like that. But it's funny how memory works and how you can fool yourself into thinking a place was a certain way when in fact it wasn't. So I'm going to stop here, have a break. I started today, I don't know, 6 or 7 miles further south. Got dropped off by my son a little bit before noon, and I'm going to continue further north for maybe a couple of weeks. We'll see. I have some upcoming appointments in the middle of June, and so I have to get back to Washington, D.C. for that. Just sort of an update. I was going to be out a couple weeks ago, but the last little hike that I was on, those who watch my videos may remember I fell down almost right away and broke my fall. Could have been much, much worse, but I ended up hitting my hand, and it's never really healed. Very slow to heal anyway. And first I didn't think it was broken, but now I'm kind of convinced that at some point I had some sort of break in it. It's the same thumb I broke when I was a teenager, and it's always been sort of weak ever since then. So anyway, but other than that, I am. So I was going to get out a couple weeks ago, and then I just was like, you know, this thumb really just isn't healing, and I'm not feeling it, and so I'm not going to push it. But I am enjoying this. It's a hot day. It's mid to high 80s, relatively high humidity. I don't do well I don't do well in heat and humidity. I tend to melt. So we'll see how this goes, and I'm not, of course, in shape at all. We'll see how far I get. Maybe I could get to Delaware Water Gap, but if it doesn't happen, that's okay too. I'm gonna go down. Well, I'm gonna take a break here. I'm gonna douse myself with as much cold water as I possibly can get, and I don't know if, I want to say they have showers here. If they do, I'm just gonna sort of like get in it. So yeah, you do what you got to do when it's hot and muggy. Had a reasonably good day today. It was kind of hot, but I had a good long rest at Penmar Park, which was a lot of fun. And I met a few thru hikers there. There was snacks and drinks, and Tallulah, and another thru hiker that came in. He was a few hundred miles into oh, isn't that beautiful? A few hundred miles into a flip-flop, and he came up, and I was talking to snacks and drinks, and came up to an adjoining
picnic table and just sort of like threw his pack down on the ground. And sort of, I mean, he didn't even like prop it up or anything. He just like dumped it. And so I went over to talk to him, and he may need a pack intervention. I think he's carrying a lot, carrying a lot. He said he's gonna send some stuff home once he gets to Massachusetts. And I'm like, how about the next post office? Because you really don't need much gear this time of year. It's so warm, and I don't know that I'm going to use any sort of long sleeve outerwear for quite some time here. Famous last words. I'm trying out one thing, and that is some recovery drink that I mixed up actually about an hour before I stopped hiking, like sort of a first dose, and then another one when I actually stopped for the day. And it's from Gear Skeptic, according to his recipe. And I'll try to remember to put a link to his YouTube videos on the recovery drink when I post this. But we'll see how it goes. This is a little bit of an experimentation. I'm not in good shape. I'm going to feel really sore, I know, tomorrow, no matter what I do. But maybe the recovery drink will help that out a little bit. There's solid science behind it. It's what elite athletes do. So, and it's homemade recipe according to what the science says should be in the recovery drink, and in what proportions. So we'll see how that goes. But listening to the birds, looking at the sun setting low, and I'm going to be cooking up some dinner here very shortly. Hope you're having a good day.